There we go. So now we are going to start our oral drill. When I call on your name, be prepared to answer. As I said yesterday, an attempt will get you a 100% for your cold call. All I ask is that you do your best and try to respond to my oral drill question. I might push you and try to give you some help, but as long as you are engaged and trying, you are going to get a 100% for your cold call response. So, starting our oral drill, who is Thomas Jefferson tracking Malachi?
Thomas Jefferson was president.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is the most important thing from his presidency? What big purchase did he make?
The Louisiana Purchase?
Yes. Beautiful. Speaking of the Louisiana Purchase, what is the Louisiana Purchase tracking? Adarius.
I forgot.
You forgot? Pull up the reference sheet that we have and locate the Louisiana Purchase on the reference sheet. It should be on the third one. This is a good example, you guys, of like, I completely understand that a lot of this is old information that is really hard to remember, but these are the types of habits that I'm going to encourage you guys to have. Even if you just have to use a reference sheet to do it, I'm still going to push you guys to do that.
It was the purchase of the territory of Louisiana.
Yes, beautiful. Great. What is the Compromise of 1820, also known as the Missouri Compromise, tracking Ariana?
The Missouri Compromise was the well, didn't that like make Maine into the United States a free state, right? And then Missouri was like a slave state, and they kind of balance out the North and the South or whatever their sentence.
Beautiful. What is Mexican Cession? What is the Mexican Cession territory tracking Janiyah?
I'm gonna look on my reference sheet.
Go for it. While Janiyah's pulling up her reference sheet, this is a good time for everybody to have their reference sheet available in case I call on them for the rest of the oral drill.
Is it on like the first one or the last ones?
It should be on number 3. Here, I can pull it up. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's going to be on number 4. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This is a terrible
the addition of land. The addition of land from victory in the Mexican-American War.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sorry about that, Janiyah. Okay, and what is let's go back to number 4. And I'll leave it projected in case any of us are having issues with the reference sheet. Who is James Madison? Sergio.
He was a Democratic Republican
Mhm.
and advocated for federal government to lead America to the victory of World War II,
World War II or War of 1812?
War 1812.
There we go. Let's use our timeline for that. Beautiful. And last one. Who are Lewis and Clark? Dwayne. Oh wait, I don't think Dwayne's here today. Sorry. Who are Lewis and Clark? Jamal.
His mic doesn't work.
Oh, his mic doesn't work. Thank you for letting me know, Naisha. Okay, who is Lewis and Clark? Tisa.
Are they American explorer?
Yes, they are. And what territory did they explore?
The Pacific Northwest.
Beautiful. Great. Thank you guys for doing that. That is our first oral drill with our new remote learning, and I think you guys did really well. This is how it's going to look, is I'm going to have a list of key terms that are specifically pulled from the reference sheet, so that way we don't have to get lost in not having access for or not knowing what these terms are. So all oral drill terms from now on are going to be coming from the reference sheets. And that's just going to help us move this along. And this is going to be an easy way for you to get those cool call points. Great. So I'm going to actually stop sharing just for a moment. Okay. So how today is going to work is you guys are going to be doing a practice document analysis for the next 10 minutes. You guys are going to go through and try to annotate 5 documents in 10 minutes, getting your POV, your historical contents, your sense, and your significant statement. There is a prompt at the top of page 2 of your class document today. So that'll help you write your significant statements. As you guys go through and you're doing this, go as fast as possible, but I also want you to think about what questions or concerns you have about how you're going to get through 5 documents in 10 minutes. We will address those very quickly after you guys do this practice round, and then we are going to move to our assessment. You do not have access to your assessment yet. That lesson has not gone live, just because I want to make sure that we are sticking to 10 minutes as possible. I am going to be looking when I grade your assessment for pacing, and I'm going to be nice when I grade this assessment, so don't stress about what if I don't finish everything? What if there are issues? And this is something that you can always correct down the line, like any other exam. So this is about me figuring out how I can best help you annotate 5 documents in 10 minutes. Okay, so I am going to set a timer, where's my phone, for 10 minutes. You guys are going to have that amount of time to annotate these first 5 documents. Please chat me privately if you guys have any really specific questions. And I will be checking in with you guys individually as we go through the next 10 minutes. So everybody should go ahead and start annotating. The timer is starting now. And you are going to need to turn in these annotations to get participation for today as well. So please make sure you are annotating. I will be looking for them. We're now at 7 minutes, 35 seconds left. You guys should be on document 2 to keep up with pacing. Okay, you have just under 6 minutes. You should be getting started on document 3. Can you please use the raise your hand feature on Zoom if you are on document 3? Thank you, Madison, Isaiah, Isis, Janiqua. Ariana, good. Good job, Adriana. Good job, Cedric. Okay, we have 5 minutes. Good job, Naisha. You're at 4 minutes. Okay, you have 90 seconds. You should be finishing on your last document. Okay, great. That is 10 minutes. So if you can just pause where you're at. This classwork is just for participation. It's not to get graded. So if you didn't finish everything, don't stress about it. I'm not worried about it. This is just for me to get an idea of where your pacing is at. Can you please raise your hand if you stopped on document 3? Document 3. Okay, can you please go ahead and lower your hands, those of you guys that just raised them, and raise your hand if you stopped on document 4. And finally, those of you guys that made it to the last document, can you raise, everybody that raised your hand for document 4, if you can lower your hands, and everybody that made it to document 5, if you can raise your hand.
Does it count if you skip some? Because there's some that don't have a significant, a sentence statement. Because I couldn't figure out a full sentence in 30 seconds.
Okay. No, that's fine. Go ahead and everybody lower your hands. So I just wanted to get this basic idea of where everybody's at. So the fact that a majority of us made it to document 4, 4 or 5 is a good sign. And document 3, those of you guys that just made it to document 3, we will focus on those pacing strategies in the upcoming couple of weeks. So this was just a good way for me to figure out where everybody is at. The next thing that I want to remind you guys of is, in this type of like cramped time period, don't worry when you're taking your annotation, when you're writing your annotations, to write these beautifully crafted full sentences. This is the time to make sure that you have the right annotation that's going to help you when you're writing your essay. So for example, if you were writing a sentence statement and you know you want to use your historical context, or either the historical context or POV, if you put since dash POV and then just give like 3 or 4 words as to why that's the corner you're going to focus on, that's going to, for me, count as a sentence statement, because you are doing that pre-work of figuring out how that how those corners can influence the document. So when you are writing your essay, that's going to be really useful. And as for your significance statement, kind of the same thing. It doesn't have to be like a full, thorough significance statement. As long as you explain very quickly like how it answers the question, that's going to be fine. So I want you guys to get to the meat of all of these annotations and not get lost in trying to write these really full structured sentences like we were doing when we were in school, when we just had more time to do it. Does anybody have questions about those two expectations? Awesome. Does anybody have questions? Now I'm going to tell you guys what this assessment is. So it is officially, don't open it yet. It's live on Google Classroom. You guys are going to be doing what you just did again with 5 documents, doing your POV, your historical context, sense and significant statement for 5 documents in 10 minutes. Any questions about what you are doing? Isis and then Aisha.
Are you talking about the thing that just popped up, the exit ticket that just popped up?
Yes. Yeah, it's the assignment that just got posted. That's an exit ticket, Naisha.
Is this graded off like accuracy or like effort or completion? Like, how are you doing this?
It's basically it's going to be all 3. So I'm going to give detailed feedback to decide like where things are missing. So for example, if you just rewrite in the historical context corner just the date, that's not going to count. You guys have access to the reference sheets and you guys can come up with related reference points, at least 2. So basically each corner that you are annotating is going to be 5% of your grade. Yes, Erica.
Is this on paper or are we typing it?
Either or. So you can either type it into the document and submit it, or you can handwrite it and submit it as a PDF. Yes, Tisa.
Do we lose points if we don't get to all the documents?
You will lose points, but you can do corrections. So this is like any other assignment where you can do corrections and there will be a curve. The goal is to get this done in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Nyesha, did you still have a question or is your hand just up? Okay, great. Okay, I don't think that there are any other questions. Okay. You can now open up the Google Doc and get started. You will have until 10:47 to complete it, and then you can turn it in. If you turn it in beforehand, and as soon as you turn it in, you can leave Zoom. So you have until 10:47 to complete the assignment. Go ahead and get started. Message me privately on here if you have any questions or concerns. And again, you cannot leave Zoom until it's submitted. You guys have just under 5 minutes. Three minutes. Thirty seconds. Great, go ahead and finish up. You have the last 3 minutes of class to submit it. I am going to be looking at the assignment to refresh, and once I see that it is submitted, you may go. If it is not submitted before 10:55, it will be marked as late, and you will lose 20% off of your grade. Janiqua, you may go. Thank you very much. Nazaya Ziara, you may go. Kezia Ariana, you may go.